All right, this is the follow-up video to the video I posted yesterday talking about when to take your profits in your stocks in your portfolio, your stock market portfolio. Like I mentioned, this is not financial advice. This is just what I do personally, So, like I mentioned yesterday, I typically take my profits around 20%. I find the stock, I do my homework, my due diligence. I like the stock. I start accumulating shares. Once I get to the point where I'm about 20%, sometimes 15%, but typically 20%, that's when I start selling enough shares to lock in my profit. Like I mentioned yesterday in the video, it's not a profit until you actually sell the stock and you lock in your gains. You could be up 1,000%, on the stock. And if you're not smart enough to take your gains, take some of that profit off the table. I've seen it before. I mentioned it in the video yesterday. I had an old college teammate. He had bought NIO. NIO was an electric vehicle stock, right? They compete with Tesla. He bought them like thousands of shares when they were like $3. He rolled it all the way up to when it got to like $70 and some change a share. And for some reason, I don't know if he knew to sell or not to sell. I guess he was just looking at the big number and he thought, he said he was up like $100,000 and some change. I'm worth $100,000. Like I just mentioned, it's not finalized until you actually lock in and sell your stocks, however many you want to sell, and lock in the profit. He ended up riding it all the way back down to damn near like $8 before he sold. I'm like, man, boy, you was up six figures, man. That's like damn near $1,000% return on your investment. That's like once in a lifetime. So how do you find stocks? If you were a beginner, people ask me that's getting started into investing. They're like, what stocks should I buy? I always tell them, you can't never go wrong starting with some of the stocks that I just mentioned, like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, big players like that, because of the fact that they're so big and they're so known worldwide. It's like everybody and their mom or their grandma uses some of their products to some extent in their day-to-day life. It's like it's just like you're not going to find any better or bigger stocks than them. Now if you're willing to do your homework now, and go a step beyond that, you could definitely find some stocks that have more potential to grow at a faster rate, because a lot of those stocks that I mentioned, they've already grown over the years so much. They still can grow some, but they're just not going to grow as fast, when they were in the beginning. Amazon, before Amazon became what it is today, it was just like a bookstore. Facebook was started in a college dorm room. Now look at it, man. It's like 3-point-something billion active monthly users on Facebook, Instagrams, this and that. So the first thing I say, man, is always look around at what products people are using around you. Everybody and their mom has an iPad, an iPhone, what's the things, the AirPods. You look on Amazon. Everybody damn near shops on Amazon. They take advantage of Amazon Prime. People look forward to Prime Day. People be lined up outside the Apple store. Look at something like Meta. Everybody uses Instagram. If you don't use Instagram, a lot of older people, your aunts, your uncles, cousins, or grandma, they are on Facebook. Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, and they own Threads. Threads is an up-and-coming app for people, that create content. It's kind of like Twitter, so you can look at that. What else are people, man? Just look around you. A lot of people like to wear Nike. Look what I have on. Let me see. I got Crocs on my feet. That could be an idea for a potential stock you can invest in. I have, let me see, Under Armour shorts on. Let me see. You could just take this damn bottle of syrup. Who makes this syrup? I don't even know. The Quaker Oats Company. I'm sure they got a diverse portfolio. Just look at stuff you use around your house. What's this? Febreze. Who makes Febreze? Let me see. Procter & Gamble. That's a good company. It's like a blue chip company. They make a lot of different household products that people use every day. You can think of stuff that what people need no matter what the economy is doing. People need toilet paper. People need toothpaste. People need food in the fridge, eggs. You know, the ideas are endless. You know, that's how you find some good stocks that you could buy, man. This is the next thing. If you have kids, you know, maybe you a teacher, you got kids, you work, you know, stuff like that. Look at what your kids are doing, man. What are they interested in? You know, the kids drive a lot of what's going on too, you know, when it comes to stocks. You know, I remember with my daughter, I seen, you know, when Roblox first came out, I didn't even know what it was, but I started seeing all the kids playing it. So I was like, you know what, man, let me pick up a few shares of Roblox just because I did some research. You know, I see all these kids, they spending all this money on Roblox. You know how kids do with the PlayStation. They spend all this money like on Call of Duty. They play online. They put all these different accessorize their characters with all these different clothes. So I'm like, there's a lot of money that they spending. So maybe that's like, I'm thinking at it like it's worldwide. This thing taking over worldwide. So let me just buy some shares of Roblox. You know, let me see what else we got, man. This is the next thing. You can look at the trends that may be shaping up around society. You know, you look, there's always going to be a next big thing. You think back over the years, over the decades. First, what? It was the phone. The house phone came out. Then the computer came out, you know, with the internet. Then that came. Cell phones, iPods came along, you know, Apple iPhones. Now what are we in? We got EVs that came out not too long ago. Then we had stuff like Bitcoin come along. Now we in this big phase where everything is like shifting towards AI, artificial intelligence. Man, next thing you know, they're going to be trying to fly rockets. They doing space tourism, man. Look, people fly to outer space and it's like you're not an astronaut, but they're like actually taking you on a tour in outer space. I've been hearing stuff like that. What else, man? They trying to find the next cure for cancer. You know, you got to always keep your ears and eyes to the street. You know, see what people is talking about, man, what you've been hearing in the chatter boxes. I be on Yahoo Finance a lot, Google.com. I just be reading stuff, man. I just like to consume information and think about stuff. This is the next thing, how you can find some good stocks. What are your interests and what are your passions? What are you passionate about? You know, think from that angle. You big like you like me, you big into sports or fitness. You can go on Google and type in what's some of the best fitness stocks. What's some of the best sports stocks, man, and see what pops up. You know, if you are big into technology, man, I obviously mentioned some of these. You know, you got Apple, Amazon, Google, ServiceNow, so many different stocks out there in the technology field. IBM, what's that one? Snowflake, man. There's thousands and thousands of stocks, man. You know, you could spend a lifetime, you know, just researching stocks, trying to find the perfect stock. At the end of the day, too, this is the great way to find stocks as well. Look at some of the top funds, right? So I'm gonna give y'all some right now. Vanguard, you have Fidelity, Charles Schwab. Go on these companies' website. These companies right here, they manage trillions of dollars in assets for different employees, different employers, colleges, universities, different businesses. You know, Vanguard, that's a good one right there. That's one of the top funds. You know, go on these companies, right? Go to like their mutual fund page or their ETFs, right? Then go start clicking on different ones and just see what's the holdings. What's some of the top holdings in those different ETFs. That's the way right there I find different stocks as well. If you at a job and your employer has a retirement account, you know, look at your annual report for your retirement account. See if it has your holdings in it right there. You know, it tells you what you're actually buying when you invest in your retirement account. That can give you ideas for stocks that you may want to buy. Man, there's so many different ways you can do this thing, man. You know, just have fun with it. Like I say, do your research. Never put in money that you can't afford to lose. You know, if you know you need this money, man, next week, or if you don't, you know, pay the rent, man, you're gonna be out on the curb, man. Don't invest. You know what I'm saying? Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Every dollar I put in the stock market, I can afford to lose. I understand the risk. I understand that I could put this amount of dollars in and it could go to zero tomorrow. You know, I'm willing to take that risk, because when you take more risk, there's more reward. But we're not just taking any risk, we taking an educated risk. What I mean by that is we're going to do our research. We're going to do our due diligence on stocks. We're not just going to listen to what anybody said. Hell, don't even listen to what I say. Don't just come on here. You know, I'm coming on here. Y'all don't, some of y'all might not know me. This may be y'all's first time watching a video from me. You know, don't just take my word on anything. Don't never take nobody's word on just anything, but out doing your own research. Go on Google, go on YouTube, man, listen to what the other people said. Go talk to your banker, your finance, your brokerage, account, man, manager, whoever you have to talk to, man. You know, do your due diligence. There's plenty books out here. Peter Lynch, The Millionaire Next Door, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I got so many books on my bookshelf over there, man, on finances, investing, getting out of debt, man. You know, a lot of this stuff I had to teach myself over the years just by reading it, you know, educating myself, because people, you know, around me, my family, a lot of people didn't know none of this stuff. So like I said, you never take nobody's word for anything they just telling you, man, especially when it comes to stocks. Just because your barber, the lady you met in Barnes and Nobles, the Uber driver, they said, oh yeah, this is a hot stock tip right here. You might want to throw a few $1,000s in this, man. Don't never just throw your money in without doing the research. You know what I'm saying? It could be a meme stock, man. It could be just a quick stock, man, that goes up, but then it comes crashing back down. You know, the goal is not to try to gamble, try to treat the stock market like a casino. You want to grow your money over time, and you want to expand your portfolio. You want to try to buy low, sell high, and keep flipping it in, keep being consistent, keep adding money, keep investing and saving as much money into it as you can. Y'all like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok at The Ghetto Bodybuilder. I got merchandise for sale on my website. Check out my website. This one of my shirts right here, man. Hoodies, t-shirts for sale. Y'all got any input, any comments, any thoughts on this video, man? You got any advice that you've learned over the years when it comes to investing, picking stocks, picking winning stocks that you can add to this video? Please, by all means, add it. We trying to educate each other, help each other. You may be putting me onto something that I don't know or that I may not have been hip to yet. So I'm learning myself. I never try to come on here and pretend I know everything. I'm never going to do that. I want to always keep learning, keep an open mind to everything. So like I said, y'all got any input on this video, drop a comment. I'll be sure to get back with you as soon as I can. Y'all know how we coming. Let's get motivated.